who's coming from round of 16 in this GSL Code S.
Welcome to GSL Daybreak.
All right, in the bottom left, we got our Zerg player. He played well, but it wasn't good enough. We thought he was the favorite. We'll see if we were right after this best of 3. His ID is
MVP Sniper.
I jabbed Artosis in the ribs when I did that.
Should have jabbed me in the heart.
Nice. Speaking of that, in the upper right, we have our Terra player. He has proven to be very aggressive and very original. Will he make it out of this group? After I said he was the underdog, and so did Artosis at the start of this. We're going to see soon. He is
Complexity Hard.
Okie dokie. Little hidden racks in the main, trying to scare him. Heart's so probable to do things like double racks that it's even more scary. You might just throw that pool down immediately instead of making more drones.
All right, trivia time, Artosis.
Okie dokie.
Speaking of Heart, name the other 4 characters in Captain Planet. Or no, they're...
There's,
oh, no,
there's
actually, I don't know their names. I guess
5.
their powers, excuse me. The guy's name wasn't Heart.
Wind, water, fire, air. No, wait, I just said air. Ground.
Was it ground?
Earth. It's Earth.
Earth?
Yeah. It's always the way it is, man. It's hard. Yeah. The human element.
You know what's like really dumb is like the 5th element. They're like, what do you mean there's a 5th element? And it's like in the future, and I'm like, well, actually, like this all doesn't make any sense anyways because we. By the way, in the future, all your spaceships. It's actually one of the more memorable movies of that time period.
I love that movie.
Well, the thing is, it's like really good, but there's a lot of really dumb parts. The entire scene, actually. The entire scene, or some of the scenes when he's on the space cruise ship is just like, whoa. The part where he's fighting what are those guys called?
The big guys.
The big guys, the big monster guys.
To the music?
To the music, it's
that
going
was
on.
Sick.
It's like, I can't even do it.
Well, of course you can't. Only she can sing
Only
like
she
that.
can sing, yeah,
You're
only
not
she can
that
sing.
alien species. Sorry, Tasteless.
I want to be that.
I know you want to be one
I
of those.
want to marry that alien. She's really hot.
Yeah, instead of hair, they have tentacles. It's so awesome.
It's so hot, man. I can tell you how many times I've watched Avatar just for the chicks, all right?
Oh, yeah, man.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have a tail, but...
If I did.
All right.
We got the 3rd command center going down here now.
Yeah, Hart with just a straight-up double command opening. Now, will he go into just Hellion play and play like kind of a standard game here? And will Sniper maybe play a little bit too defensive or something, thinking there could be shenanigans or tomfoolery afoot?
Could happen.
Could be either of those. Could be option C, Tasteless. Regular play.
I feel like the one thing that Hart doesn't do is play standard, because that SC style thing, that's not standard. I mean, that's a standard for some of the MVP players, but as overall for
we see it sometimes
it's kind of
from
refreshing.
top Terrans, but
it's kind of refreshing to see that again.
No, it's definitely a cool style. We saw it recently on an Antigua spaceship by... Oh, God. Why am I doing this? God, I can't remember who it was. But, yeah, I saw it recently on an Antigua spaceship by a top-end Terran. I was like, oh, sick. So good. And by recently, I mean like 2.5 months ago. That's recent for me.
I'm so happy, Artosis.
Are you?
Yeah.
Why?
This season of GSL has been so good.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Amazing games.
We've like come so far too at GSL. It's been 2 years.
Yeah. It's been great. What a ride.
You guys realize like
Here's to 2 more.
2 more. No, but I mean, guys, seriously, I mean, TV shows can be canceled. Ours is doing great.
It's true.
And everybody
Thanks
here,
to you guys for watching.
Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in.
Because if you guys didn't watch, then it would...
Thank you, everybody. I mean, everybody here at GOM works so hard. I know you guys basically see Artosis, me, Caldor Wolf, and then John and Mark. But I mean, no man, there's so many people. People don't even understand actually how many people actually work in the studio.
Oh, it's a ton.
It's actually insane. So it's a lot of fun. Now we're gonna have Reactor Hellion. So this is gonna be somewhat different from game number 1. Getting a tech lab here, too.
And he's actually going right into a lot of barracks instead of the starport, which we sometimes see. So, an interesting little change there, because we oftentimes see, you know, like if someone goes triple command center, they'll go into factory, into starport, get a Banshee as well, a lot of harassment. And Hart actually lifted off his third command and floated it away, so he doesn't want him to know. But looking at the timing of all that, you might be like, isn't this all a little bit late? And in fact, only makes 2 Hellions. So
I think it's because that was spotted just there.
Absolutely.
He's like, well, switch it up again.
He's like, well, 3 Raxes and a factory. Maybe you're doing like a stim Hellion timing, but in fact, no. Hart's trying to trick you. Will it work, though? Because right now, Sniper's looking pretty solid. He's got really good creep spread around. He's gone only 4 queens. Wait, does he only have 4? I thought he had 5. No, he only has 4 queens. But anyways, decent creep spread, good amount of lings, speed on the way, Baneling Nest on the way. Everything looks pretty safe for him. But not too safe.
No, not too safe.
He doesn't have 10 Spine Crawlers and 3 Spores, which would be too safe.
It's kind of
so safe it's dangerous, in fact.
Oh, wow. Does that even make sense?
Yeah, Tasteless, it's like
if you're trying
when
to
you're a kid
defend too much, and then
it's
like when your mom coddles you too much. It's like really safe, and then you grow up and
then
can't
you
function
have no
as
skills.
an adult. Yeah.
Or,
all right,
or
there we
like
go.
your house is too sanitary, so you're not going to get sick as a child, but then you have all sorts of allergies.
That's what I have.
I know.
Yeah,
You're a bubble boy.
I'm a bubble boy, man.
Yeah. You're the ultimate nerd. Thing is, I look nerdier than you, but I grew up playing sports.
Yeah, I'm
and you're a bubble boy. It's like, how did this work out? And nowadays, I guess I am nerdier than you. We just switched it around.
Yeah, man. We're yin and yang here.
Yeah.
When I was a little boy, my mom would come into, the room, and I was allergic to everything, so she'd take paste and just coat my mouth with it. So I would, it's not actually happening. I started to say that, then I'm like, wait, somebody's actually going to believe that this ever happened.
I would do that. All right, we do have a drop coming in. This is a pretty quick drop overall. We don't normally see a double medevac drop at this timing. Lings and Banelings moving up towards the main base. Not a lot of creep in the main, just the regular creep that you would imagine to see. So the Baneling's going to be a little bit slow, and he's going to have to pick up. Good defense there by Sniper.
All right, the third base is going to be claimed very easily. And he's going to only have a small amount of time to move around with these medevacs and Marines because the Spire is finishing almost now.
Mm-hmm. And Baneling speed on the way, 2-2 as well. Really good job by Sniper. Both these guys actually playing a very solid macro game right now.
Well, this is a big moment for both of them. They're both finally here in Code S. And
They're
you're either
so
going to go
close.
back down and grind it out, maybe become obsolete and disappear, or move to the round of 16.
Yeah. And that's a lot of pressure, man. A lot of pressure. Because if you get a round of 16, that's like career changing,
Yeah.
That's so ridiculously hard to do. Well, I mean, 9 mutas are on the way, so the medevacs are going to have to be really careful. Viking on a really good little patrol route.
Right about now, he's going to have to leave. He can't really be out here for much longer. The 11 mutas are about to pop out. So much better than year 1 of GSL, where they just kept dropping.
Yeah.
One set of Marines in a medevac.
It's true, man.
I'm like, well, these mutas will kill this, and you will eventually not have an army. And then you will complain that Zerg is not fair.
All right, so the mutas are out. 4th base going up for Sniper right now. Getting his infestation pit ready. As 2-2 is going to finish up pretty soon. He's going to have to go into hive whether he likes it or not. And how many mutas will he actually make? I think he's going to stop mutas there. I think about 11 is what he wants, just to clean up drops. Not even really for harassment. He might poke in there just for the hell of it. But he just doesn't want to lose any drones, kill any medevacs he can find, that type of thing.
All right, gunning down the Queen. And he's going to start moving out. This push is probably going to be very similar to the push we saw in the previous game, at least as far as, waves of units coming in here. A lot of this is about just controlling your army perfectly, and this is a big mistake here. He should not have wasted those Banelings, I think.
Yeah, that didn't do anything.
The bunker is there to be destroyed so the Marines can live on.
I think he's going to maybe lose this 4th, actually. Let's see. He actually has a lot of Bane, so let's see how good the target is of these siege tanks. And actually, he's going to run back.
Hart has a really good spread here.
He really does, yeah. And he's targeting down that hatch.
He's targeting the hatch because he didn't do that in the first game. Same.
Well, let's see. Can he he hold on here? Siege Tank's trying to target down the Banes, but don't actually do that great of a job, and Sniper cleans him up. Really well done there by Sniper.
I feel like Hart should have targeted that, continued to target that down with those other Marines.
Well, you know, this is now a game that Hart no longer has control of.
Yep.
I felt like he was in pretty decent control before, but now he's kind of going into a little bit of a desperation mode, adding a couple factories, realizing, uh-oh, Hive is probably on the way, which it is. He's lost a huge chunk of units, and Sniper has creep almost everywhere.
All right, he took that out pretty easily. Yeah, kind of a role reversal here as far as supplies go. Last time it was Sniper at about 170 with Hart at about Hart at 170 and Sniper at 130. So it's going to be interesting to see if Hart can get out of this.
Ton of Banelings on the way. Just a ridiculous amount of Lings and Banelings on the way. He's about to have so many of both.
Now the 4th command center is being made, and he'll probably take that. It's an expansion, but it's also like a place marker on the map. It just allows you to circulate much more easily once you have that expansion.
It's true. Probably go for a planetary there, I want to say. It's going to be hard for him to hold otherwise because he did fall behind. Now, this is a lot of Lings and Banes, man. Right now, he has 107 Lings, 33 Banes, and 10 Mutas. So this is a powerful force. He just has to watch out for Siege Tanks. This will crush everything else. And it looks like he wants to go for the 3rd. This is going to be a very powerful attack. Is he just going to try to blow
this up?
He might. And it might work. But he turns around. But he's making Hart reposition his army over and over. Here we go! Or not.
He's being very, very precise about where he's going to attack. Now, this drop over here could do a lot of damage. He's going to drive out that command center. No, by the way, the supplies have basically evened out here.
Also, he's hurting the command center a lot. Now he's running back around to that 3rd because everything's sieged up above the
nice.
natural. And
gets that expansion.
Ooh, nice. You know what Sniper's been doing here, which is great, is he has been wasting Hart's time. That was... Well, here we go. A lot of Banelings coming in here, and, well, a lot of them hit Siege Tanks, but he just has too many. He's got to be careful. He doesn't want to hit that Thor. He hit Thor with a lot of Banes, unfortunately, but still, kills off the army.
The supplies have even out now. He should be able, though, to take the 4th base. So it's going to be 4 base versus 4 base. The 5th base is restarted, but Broodlords are about to come into play here. 10
Corruptors in production right now. So then by the time those things are out, he's going to easily be able to make 10 Broods.
Yeah.
So all he needs to do is focus on his Infestors. He only has 2 with 2 more on the way. He doesn't have a lot of anti-air. If Hart threw down a couple starports right now, this would not be as big a deal as it's going to be, but as is, he's just got Marines to try to fight them off with. But, you know, Hart's holding in there pretty well.
Yeah, you know, this is one of the few games we get to see Hart, besides, I guess, that one that Squirtle actually put him in a really, really bad position. We're really going to see the tenacious Hart.
Yes.
Try to hang on here. Showing us that he's got a lot of different play styles. All right. These Broodlords are on the way. This usually forces the game to go for a very long period of time once the Broodlords are out.
Yeah, normally it's going to be really hard to break through there, but he doesn't have a lot of infestors, so it's going to be possible to move his Marines a bit.
Unfortunately, he didn't end up killing off the Mutas, so the only thing the Mutas can do now is just take out drops, which is very helpful because medevac drops are one way to stop Broodlords.
Yeah.
Because you can actually start dropping everywhere that the Broodlords are not.
That's right. Well, right now, Hart is still not aware. He's making a lot of Marauders and a lot of Siege Tanks. No Vikings being made, no extra starports being made. So he's going to be caught pretty off guard here when he sees the Broods, and he should frantically start switching techs and start attacking a lot to draw those Broodlords into different situations.
Yep. Sieging here was probably not necessary. And he's got to move pretty quickly here because actually these angles are going to be really good for the Broodlords. With that cavity, the tanks are over. He needs to unsiege.
He needs to fill that
unsiege everything.
And, well, here we go. The link. Oh, my God, the Marines running forward. Where are the Infestors? There's not that many left over here. So he is able to actually run under these Broods a little bit. Some bungles do go down. Pretty good job.
He is still, okay, now he's unsieging. He needs to get out of there.
And he's killing a lot of these Siege Tanks off. You know, Siege Tanks become a weapon against the Terran at points, but you still need to have them in your army.
He actually needs to pick up those Siege Tanks with the medevacs and go back.
Yeah, he's lost a lot of those. And the push does continue. He only has enough for 2 Funkles, it looks like.
Yeah, this is a pretty open space. If the Terran controls the watchtower, you could pretty much track the movement of the Zerg. We did see that the 5th Command Center could not land at the bottom right. He was circling there.
And notice how Hart is starting to send little groups out and around the map. This is because those Broodlords are so unbelievably slow, he's going to have to send them around, and that's going to slow him down and give Hart time to make his Vikings, which he is doing now.
All right, he's closing in now. Lots of starports being thrown down.
A lot of Banelings.
You know, he doesn't really have the proper mixer. He needs to have a ton of infestors into those Broodlords.
Yeah, he does. And
he's sort of floating over these, these gaps on the map. But I mean, look, once he starts to close in here, Marines can run in there and do a lot of damage. He's closing him again now.
And he's doing a pretty good job. The tanks do siege up. Can he target down these Banelings and infestors, though? The Vikings doing an okay job, but these Corruptors going after them. The Thor is not able to stop the Corruptors. And Sniper is doing a deadly push indeed. I think that Hart is going to be in a lot of trouble here, Tasteless.
You can see Hart's trying to counterattack to the upper left. But if you look at the bank here for the Zerg, he just has too much money. Even if he was hypothetically to lose this base, which he may in fact, he could just keep replenishing this. The Broodlords are not stopping.
And in fact, he's going to save that base up there, Tasteless.
Okay, so nothing's going right. There's a chance we could go into game number 3 here. GG.
Into game number 3, Tasteless. It's down to the wire. One of these 2 will advance. And the other drops down so low. Round 2 of Code A.
Is that over there by the door? Is that actually Sniper's father?
I do not know. Could be.
Sorry, it's an older gentleman here, and it actually looks like Sniper. He's clapping.
It actually does look like
Sniper.
Sniper.
Yeah, I just noticed he was clapping during Sniper's games, and I was like, oh, maybe that's his dad.
Could be, man.
I don't want to put out false information, but I think that's what's going on.
Someone's going to be like, Tasteless, Sniper's father died 10 years ago.
I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Well, I think these guys are pretty evenly matched. What does Hart do now? I guess we're going to be on Hart's map in Entombed Valley.
Yeah, I would love to see
style.
Double Barracks play.
Yeah.
This is my favorite map for Double Barracks.
It's really strong on this map.
Yeah. So we'll see if he goes back. He definitely could. That's going to be something I will guarantee you Sniper's going to drone scout. He has both games, so I guess it's not too hard to guarantee, but especially this map against Hart, you got to do it.
All right. Sniper won that game. It's been a little bit of a seesaw series here. You know, where one guy gets the edge in game 1. And it takes a while to kill off the other player, but he does. And then the same thing happens, but in reverse as far as player roles in game number 2.
All right, I'm excited, man. Who's going to go up?
I cannot wait. Sniper against Hart. Our final day, or our final game, of today's GSL, Code S. One is going to go home knowing his story continues. The other is going to go home knowing he's going to have to go all the way down to Code A, and he is no longer deemed Code S material for now.
Yeah, as unfortunate as that is, it is true. Countdown has begun.
It's time for MVP Sniper against Complexity Hart. Everything's on the line. They're going to have to bring out their best game yet for our final game of today's GSL